Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome back to InfoFlow, Blazers. Today is Friday, January 24th. I'm Howard.
And I'm Abby.
The Washington Commanders have made it back to the NFC Championship for the first time since 1991. After not winning any postseason games since 2005, the Commanders beat the number one seeded team, the Detroit Lions, last Saturday. This win takes them to the NFC Championships, where they will face off against the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday at 3 p.m.
After being shut down, TikTok was restored on U.S. devices this past Sunday after ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, refused to sell to an American company before the deadline of the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive order granting TikTok a 75-day extension to comply with the law banning the app if it is not sold, and to allow his administration to, quote, determine the appropriate course of action for TikTok in the U.S.
Britain's Prince Harry has settled a lawsuit against the UK tabloid company News Group Newspapers. The company has given the prince an 8-figure sum settlement in an apology for its newspaper's unlawful behaviors, including phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators. This large amount of money is reportedly much more than he would have gotten if the case had settled in court.
Let's hear about Donald Trump's first day plans.
Monday, January 20th, Donald J. Trump will be inaugurated as the United States' 47th president. Let's take a look at what he has promised on day one of his presidency. One of Trump's biggest and most controversial promises has been his promise to carry out the largest mass deportation program. Trump has also promised to end birthright citizenship, which allows people born in the United States to have citizenship despite not having parents that are citizens, through executive order. While it's unclear how he will execute these plans, Trump has spoken about using the National Guard as well as the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Since January 6th insurrection on the Capitol 4 years ago, nearly 1,500 people have been charged. As president, Trump has the power to pardon anyone convicted in federal court. On social media, Trump has promised to pardon many of the insurrectionists. Since the start of the campaign, Trump has been praising tariffs, even going so far as to say it was his favorite word in an interview with Joe Rogan. Now that he will be in office, Trump has promised to impose tariffs on imported goods, particularly ones from China. Trump has also threatened to charge a 25% tariff on imported goods from Canada and Mexico as punishment for what he calls their open borders. During the Biden administration, new protections were added to Title IX that clearly stated that treating transgender students differently is discrimination. New protections were also added to Title X that reversed previous Trump administration's removal of the right for doctors to mention abortion to patients. On the campaign trail, Trump has pledged to remove both of the protections mentioned. Trump has repeatedly stated that he could bring the end to the war between Russia and Ukraine. He has promised that he could, on day one, bring Ukraine and Russia to the negotiating table to end this war. With an executive order, Trump is pledging to reverse climate policies aimed at reducing climate warming greenhouse gas emissions, including the Biden administration targets that encourage switching to electric cars. He has also promised to open the Arctic wilderness to oil drilling.
Howard, if you were elected president, what would your first day executive orders be?
I would make everyone join BNC. Applications close next Friday. Have you wondered why there's so much war, violence, and chaos in our world? Do you want to know what can be done about it? Consider signing up for the Peace Studies elective and learning more about nonviolence in our community, our country, and in the world. The sign-up code is SOC2086. If you have any questions, find Mr. Lynch in room 244 or email him at peter.m.lynch@mcpsmd.net.
The Engineering Club will be meeting today in room 354. If you're interested in engineering, science, or any form of STEM, stop by and meet other passionate students and hone your engineering skills.
And that's all for today's show. Check out our website at bnconline.net to submit any announcements and follow us at bnc_Blair on Instagram. Have a flawless Friday, and we'll see you next time, Blazers.